I'm Aaron Barcellos. I'm a fourth generation farmer located here in Los Banos, California, which is on the northern end of the Central Valley. I farm along with my brother, Eric, and my nephew, Jake. Together we form Abar Ag Enterprises. It's a family-run farm that we started in 1988 with my dad, Arnold. With the trust protocol now, while we've shown this big reduction in water use, and over the last 30 years, U.S. cotton has reduced its water consumption by 79%. But we still have a goal where we want to get it down even farther. Now, it's always going to take some amount of water to grow a crop. It's got to have water to grow it. But we have this goal of reducing water use in cotton another 18% going forward by 2025. So cotton has this reputation of being a high water use crop. And in reality, it really isn't. 2/3 of the cotton grown in the United States is grown solely on rain moisture. The third, like where we are here in California, is a desert. We get 8 inches of rainfall a year. So we need to irrigate our crop to produce a crop of cotton. Last year, we just went through one of the worst droughts in California history, right? We got a little over 4 inches of rainfall. But all that rain comes in our winter months, which isn't our growing season. So we have to store water. And the way California stores its water, it stores it in the Sierra snowpack. So depending on where you are and where your land is located, you're going to be involved in a myriad of different water districts, and they all have different water rights. So for us, we farm in 5 different water districts that all have 5 different sets of water rights that we have to kind of blend together and try to manage. But we've gone from using 2.5 acre-feet of water to grow an acre of cotton to down to 18 to 22 inches, just in the years that we farmed, just because of improved technologies and the way we manage the crop today. The reality is today, with the way we are farming cotton, is not water intensive. Matter of fact, it's probably one of the crops we grow that takes the least amount of water. On our farm, we track every drop of water that we apply, and we know exactly how much water we put on a field year to year. With the U.S. Cotton Trust Protocol, we'll have a central database that at the end of the year, we'll input that data into that database. They'll get that information. They'll aggregate it all amongst all the growers. My information will remain private to me, but the aggregate numbers will be public. And that'll be shared to brands and retailers to kind of show where we were, how we're improving, and also be able to where I can use that myself to put myself and compare myself to my neighbors. You know, am I using the same amount of water? Am I doing a little better? Am I doing a little worse? And try to understand those relationships. Through each stage of the plant cycle and as it grows, we have university-developed standards that we follow in our irrigation practices. We track the evaporation and the transpiration of the plant and the soils. We also track the crop coefficient, which basically describes what stage that plant is and how much water it should be using during that stage. We also have an agronomist that helps set up our weekly schedules. That agronomist walks our fields every day, and we think we've got a really good agronomist. He's worked for us for 20 years. He's walked our fields. He knows our soils, and he will be out probing, taking measurements of the moisture in the soil at the different levels to make sure that we're putting on just the right amount of water. And not too much or too little, so that we can keep that plant happy and get it through its growing cycle. For us, on our farm, we've always had this philosophy that there's 3 things that we really have to keep in front as our primary focus, and those are our people, our soils, and our water. Where we live, it's an ag community, and everybody depends on this ag community to kind of stay sustainable.